we're going to have demos from the folks over at Tatum that make the life of developers on Flow so much easier, and they are very valued ecosystem partners. So we are super happy to have.
Hey everyone, I'm Evan. I'm the community manager at Tatum, and I'm here with Sam. And we're just going to be showing off, what you can do with Tatum on Flow. So we're a blockchain developer platform. We support 40 or more than 40 blockchain protocols, and we've got a bunch of features which really speed up blockchain development. So there are over 300 features. You can use them through our SDK or API. We run the infrastructure for you, and most calls, or a lot of calls, are unified across various blockchains. So today we're going to be showing you how to do some simpler operations on Flow, and then we're going to show you how to deploy our pre-built NFTs, and then we're going to talk about our Flow autoscaler, which is something that will help you automatically scale your app on Flow, and whatever else Sam wants to get into. I've got a guide that I've made that covers everything we wanted to talk about, so I'll post that in the office hours channel, and I'll let Sam take it from here.
Thank you, Evan. Hey guys, I'm gonna start sharing the screen so all of us will see what I'm gonna do today. And here we are. So hi again, my name is Sam. I'm CTO and co-founder of Tatum, and today I'm gonna show you how Tatum can help you build apps on Flow quite fast, and how you can scale your applications very easily. How you can leverage the pre-built NFT smart contract and not waste time on your own if you just need the standard one, and many more stuff. So let's do it. First of all, we are the how you can access Tatum or build on our platform. We are the REST API service, plus we have some client-side SDKs prepared for you. So if you want to start playing around on Tatum, you just need to sign into our dashboard. In our dashboard, you can create up to 3 free API keys on mainnet or on testnet. We have regions in Europe and in the US. When you create an API key, you just choose which one you want to work with, and then you will use this API key in each of the operation you are going to perform to our platform. So let's just dive right into the demo itself. Today I'm going to use Postman, very nice tool for showing the API integrations, and I'm gonna cover three topics or three different agendas today. First, I'm going to show you how to work with accounts, with wallet, with private keys. Second one is some basic blockchain operations like get current block or see the block details, see some events from the block, or sending Flow or Flow USD assets to some other account, or performing some custom transaction you want to perform on the Flow. And the last and the biggest topic would be NFTs, and how we can actually help you a lot with NFTs if you want to build something quite fast. So as you must all know, working with Flow and working with Flow blockchain it's pretty simple. There is nice tooling around. But as for any blockchain, working with the private keys and signatures and all these wallet generation stuff, it's quite complex if you're not some crypto guru. So we have prepared couple of handy endpoints for you, and just I'm gonna say out loud, we are gonna transfer the mnemonics and private keys over the internet right now, but this is just for demo purposes of today. We have much better security tooling to handle that. You can sign or generate wallets from your client-side libraries, or for custodial providers, we have very nice key management system which also runs on your end and handles all the wallet generation and transaction signatures somewhere else. So you don't have to be afraid that you are sending your private key somewhere over the internet, just for a purpose of this demo. So let's just jump right into it. First of all, if you want to build on any blockchain and perform any operations on any blockchain, you need to have a wallet, you need to have an address on the blockchain, and you need to have a private key for that address. That's valid for every blockchain out there. And you can generate a very, very simple but powerful wallet using our API, using a Flow wallet generate call. The URL I'm going to use here is the EU region, but you can leverage US as well. And the API key should be passed as HTTP header here. So let's just generate the wallet. From the other wallet, we understand it's a combination of the mnemonic phrase and extended public key. We have leveraged the HD wallets supported from other chains to Flow as well, which means that you can generate from one mnemonic billions of different private keys and billions of addresses. It could be handy. It's just up to you if you want to go with one mnemonic and multiple private keys, or just leverage one of each. But from the extended public key, you can generate a specific blockchain address on chain directly. All of you know that if you want to work with the mainnet flow, you need to have the power or the private key, which enables you to create accounts or addresses directly on the blockchain. And we can give you, we have that power. We have the power to create on-chain addresses. So we are able to generate from extended public key address on the chain directly. You just decide which index, which public key from the wallet you have created before will be used. So let's just generate a new address on the blockchain with the public key from the first index from that wallet. Right now I'm working on a mainnet, so it can take some time. It could be 20-30 seconds based on the settlement type of the transaction. So in the meantime, while we generate the address, we have another endpoint which enables you to generate a private key, again with the index number 1, for your on-chain address we are creating in the previous call. So with these 3 API calls, you are very easily able to create a wallet, create a specific private key, and generate on-chain address on the blockchain with the public key assigned there automatically. So right now we can check the details of this account on the chain, and we can see that we have created the address, we have the minimum required balance there, and we have one key attached to this address with a 1000 weight. So it's the most powerful key out there available. So right now, with these 3 or 4 API calls, you can create accounts for your customers and generate them very, very, very easily. So that's the account generation and working with the accounts part. The next part, very quickly, if you want to see some insights or the data from the blockchain, we have again prepared a couple of simple endpoints for you, like what's the current block. We can take a look to the details of the block, if there are some transactions, etc. All the information is available. We can take a look to the detail of a specific transaction. What's the script? What was the arguments, etc. Events, all the stuff you want to see from the chain. Also, if you want, you can check the specific events from the range of the block. Let's say from these 11 blocks, I want to see all the flow tokens withdrawal events, and we can see that there are some. So you can really play around and see what's up in the blockchain. There is much more endpoints than just this one, but I want to show just a couple of those for you to have a better picture what's possible and what's not possible. Last 2 operations in this section is actually performing a simple transfer of the flow tokens from one account to another. we have created quite a nice, let's say, abstraction or simplification for you, where you just enter the account and the private key from which you want to transfer the assets. You tell how much of the flow you want to transfer to the recipient, and you can just perform the transaction. I want to mention here that all transactions which are being made to the blockchain, I mean the transfer transaction or generate address transaction, all of these are, all the fees for the transaction are covered by ourselves, by Tatum. So we are the gas payer by default for all of these operations, which means you just need to define the account from which you want to send the money and don't care about the gas cost. So I think that's pretty nice. And when we take a look to the detail of the transaction, we will see that we have just transferred some flow from one account to another. We have used our payer account. We have used our own proposal key for performing this transaction. And the only thing you are providing is the authorizer account. So from which account actually the flow will go. Same stuff applies to the send, like any transaction you want to send, anything you want to perform. So you just say, what do you want to perform? What's the transaction script? You can put the arguments to the transaction as you are used to. And again, you just say the private key and the account of the authorizer, of the authorizers, which will sign the transaction. Again, we will use our proposal keys. We will use our payer keys. You will just do the authorizing stuff. Connecting to this feature about the proposal keys, that's really interesting because you don't have to take care of that. You actually, like, one of the biggest pain points for developers using Flow is how to actually manage the proposal keys, because I believe or all of you will eventually find out when you start scaling your applications. Proposal key is locked unless the transaction is settled. So one proposal key is locked for, it could be 30 seconds, it could be 40, 50 seconds, and you can't perform any other transaction with that proposal key. What we are doing, like, automatically for you is that we are handling the proposal keys for you correctly. So you don't have to take care of that at all. You just perform operations, you just perform transactions, you're just minting the tokens, you're just transferring the tokens, you can do whatever you want. We have a huge pool of proposal keys, and we are taking care of that for you. So you will know that you will be always able to scale, and you will always be able to perform any operation you want. So that was the second section, and let's just do the best one, to the NFTs. And a lot of people are waiting for that. A lot of people are asking also on our Discord and our community, I want to build on Flow. I want to know how your NFTs are actually working on Flow. So let's do it. We have we know that to be able to create your own NFT contract on Flow, you have to create a contract in Cadence. You need to get that authorized, approved, and deployed. And this takes some time. It could be 4 weeks, 5, 6 weeks, 8, 12. It depends. It depends on how good developer you are. It depends how fast the contract could be approved, etc., etc. But sometimes some of the projects requires the NFTs really fast, because I have a deadline. I have a customer who wants to go live in 2 or 3 weeks, and this is just impossible to meet these requirements. So what we actually did a couple of months ago is that we have created an NFT contract for, like, the Tatum one. It's just the standard NFT with the standard functionalities out there. And this standard, like 90 or 95% of developers just need this standard stuff. They need to mint NFTs, they need to transfer the NFTs, and they need to attach the metadata to the NFTs. They don't need nothing more. And we thought to ourselves, let's just help these people who want to go live in 2 or 3 weeks. Let's just create the NFT where everybody will be able to grab their own space in this common NFT and to mint and transfer their own tokens within their own space in a one global NFT contract. So that's what we've did. That's what's actually deployed on a mainnet, and that's what you actually can leverage right now. You can actually create your own space in our NFT contract. You can leverage our NFT abstraction, where you say, I want to work with a Flow blockchain, and this account and this private key will be the deployer of and creator of my own space in this existing NFT. And this account here will be actually the minter. So from this account, we will be able to mint any tokens in the future. So right now we have generated a new address here with the same private key I have already passed here. So I'm saying I'm gonna create my own space in the Tatum NFT contract. The result of the operation is a transaction ID from the chain. And once the transaction is settled, we will be able to find out the identifier of the space inside the contract where you can actually mint new tokens. So let's just wait a little bit. Once we will get the transaction, there is again some utility endpoint to get the space from the transaction we are creating. We have it right now. So let's just check the space we are gonna work in. So this contract address is the space inside our token where you will actually mint new tokens. So we will use another endpoint to mint new NFTs. Again, this is the private key of the minter. We need to use the account which was used to create the space. And we will mint the tokens to ourselves. We can pass the URL as a metadata for this token. Usually IPFS could be used, or AWS, or anything else you want. We are using IPFS. We are describing some metadata scheme about the NFT. So let's just mint the token. And the result of the mint operation is again the transaction ID from the blockchain plus the token ID, the identifier of the NFT you have minted. What we have added as well to this contract is ability to batch mint the tokens. So you can actually mint multiple tokens in one transaction to multiple recipients with the multiple metadata informations. And we are still minting. So we can batch mint 2, 3, 50, 100 NFTs in one call. We are still minting here. So let's try to multi-mint some tokens. In the meantime, another handy operation, I want to transfer token, again, from my space, from the owner to some new recipient. Transfer specific token ID. I can as well burn, and there are some handy read operations. Okay, so single mint is there. We have minted token number 562. So let's try to transfer this token 562 to someone else. Again, you can see that I have to always use the correct space. I have to use the correct owner. I believe it was token 562 I'm going to transfer. And the previous mint batch call was 563 and 564 as well. So what I can do, I can, for example, burn the token 564. It's also part of the APIs we are giving you. We are still transferring, we are still burning. You can see that we are performing multiple simultaneous operations. and you don't, again, provide any proposal key, everything is working out of the box, we have probably hit some wrong state in the contract. I don't know why. We can investigate later, but we can see that we have transferred the token to someone else. Also, what we can do as well, we can read the metadata of the token. Again, we need to know the contract address, the space we are working with. We need to know that, for example, we are checking the metadata for the token 562, and we need to define the account which owns the token. I believe the token 562 is owned by this new recipient. And we can see that this is the metadata we have attached to that NFT. Also, what we can do, we can find which NFTs a specific address owns within the space, and just put there the correct space and the correct address. The correct address, I believe this one is correct. So we can see that the address was not correct, I suppose. So we need to use another one. I believe we need to use this one. Again, wrong. So we need to check out what's wrong here. But from the high level perspective, what's really important is that in 4, 5, or 6 API calls, you can create your NFT context within the existing one. You can mint, you can transfer, you can burn, and you don't need to wait a couple of weeks or months for approval. And if you just need a template which is sufficient enough for most of the projects, you just want to mint the NFT, attach some information, you can do it. You don't have to take care anything about the scalability stuff, about the scalability issues, because we have the proposal key algorithm working out of the box per you. Plus, we pay for the fee. So if you just want to work with pure NFTs and don't care about the flow on the accounts, again, we cover that for you. So thank you all for that. My presentation is at the end, and I don't know if there's going to be questions here or later, but thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for presenting. I think that's super exciting, especially for developers who will need some functionality right out of the box. So thank you very much for presenting that. Yeah, so there would be time for questions right now. We have around 5 to 10 minutes. Then we should get going to the next presentation. So whenever you have any question to Tatum, they are here now. You can ask them directly. Just unmute yourself, ask a question. Don't be shy. And they're happy to answer your questions.
Hi there, guys. Thanks very much for that presentation. Just a quick question. Is there any way we can access that Postman space to have a little play around with what you've just demonstrated?
Yeah, in the guide that I just put in the office hours, there's a link to the Postman collection, so you can just import that to your workspace, and you'll have all the calls that Sam just used.
Brilliant. Thank you.
No problem.
Just maybe a small notice here. Use testnet for playing around, because mainnet is applicable on our end only for paid plans, because since we are covering the fees for you, you need to have a paid plan on our side on the mainnet. But the testnet works exactly the same. It's available. All the API calls and everything is the same as for mainnet.
I have a quick question. For the event, the getting events for block heights, are you indexing those events yourself, or are you calling the API? And can you put many events? Like, how long can the block height difference be from start to end?
Yeah, right now we are calling the API from the node, but in next couple of months we are gonna index the whole chain into our systems, so you'll be able to basically fetch any event. But right now it's just the API.
Okay, thanks.
I have another question, if that's all right.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any other contracts on your roadmap that you're planning on providing integrations with?
We are thinking a lot about the on-chain auction functionalities and about the different type of auctions or the fixed price listings, something similar like for example OpenSea is doing on Ethereum. We are thinking that we will create these kind of functionalities in the future. Yes.
Okay.
But there's not like no set timeline for that for now.
Right, thank you.